Between the breath and being, there's a space I cannot see. Not in all my restless searching, but in what is quietly free. I was chasing every answer, trying hard to understand, but the truth was never distant, it was always close at hand. And every time I let go, I feel it drawing near. If purpose lives in presence, not in all I try to prove, then every quiet moment is a step I didn't lose. I don't need to force the future, I don't need to redefine. If eternity is breathing, then it's breathing in this time. I was measuring my meaning by the things I couldn't keep, building towers in the daylight that would fade while I sleep. But there's a deeper kind of knowing, not defined by gain or loss. It's the silence full of presence, it's the stillness in the cross. And every time I surrender, I feel it drawing near. If purpose lives in presence, not in all I try to prove, then every quiet moment is a step I didn't lose. I don't need to chase perfection, I don't need to outrun time. If eternity is breathing, then it's breathing in this time. If the now is all that's given, why do I resist the flow? If the soul was made for stillness, why do I need to know? Maybe meaning isn't distant, maybe it was always here, in the space between the moments, in the breath that brought me here. Purpose lives in presence, not in all I try to prove. Every quiet moment is a step I didn't lose. I don't need to fear the future, I don't need to rewind time. If eternity is breathing, then it's breathing this time. Between the breath and the being, you are here. You are here. You are here. You are here.
I was trying to hide the fractures, every place I felt undone, covering the broken pieces like they couldn't see the sun. But the cracks I tried to silence started letting something through, and the light I was avoiding was the light that made me know what I thought would break me open was the door I couldn't see. There is a light through the cracks in the places I conceal. Every scar becomes a window, letting something real reveal. I don't have to be unbroken, I don't have to hide the pain. There is beauty in the breaking, there is purpose in the rain. All the parts I tried to bury, now I rise into the light. Not to shame me for my story, but to show me what is right. There's a healing in the honesty, there's a freedom in the truth, and the wounds I used to fear now are shaping something new. There is a light through the cracks in the places I conceal. Every scar becomes a window, letting something real reveal. I don't have to be unbroken, I don't have to hide the pain. There is beauty in the breaking, there is purpose in the rain. If perfection isn't needed, why do I pretend to be? Maybe brokenness is where grace is finally seen in me. What if every flaw I carry isn't something to erase, but a place where light is entering and transforming me by grace? Through the cracks, light remains. Through the cracks, light remains. regret it. Every step I thought was wrong, every season full of questions where I felt I didn't belong. I was looking at the fragments like they didn't have a place, but the pieces I rejected were still held inside your grace. Nothing broken is beyond what your hands can hold. Nothing wasted, nothing lost. Every line is meaning. Every shadow, every cross still becomes a healing. Even what I don't understand, even what I couldn't see, is being woven into something greater than me. All the roads I try to leave, all the paths I try to fight, now are part of something bigger. Now I turn it into light. There's a purpose in the process, there's a reason in the pain. Even endings I resisted are beginnings in your name. If redemption is the language that you speak through everything, then my past is not a prison, it's a place where hope can begin. Maybe every broken story isn't something to erase, but a thread of something deeper, being rewritten by grace. Nothing wasted. All becoming.
I was searching for a feeling, something I could hold inside, like a peace that wouldn't leave me, like a calm I couldn't hide. But the more I tried to find it, the more distant it became, like I couldn't manufacture what was never mine to claim. Then I felt it in the silence, not produced, but freely given. There's a peace that stays even when I don't understand, not controlled by circumstance, but resting in your hands. It's not something I can create, it's not something I can chase. It's a quiet kind of presence, it's a gift of grace. to shake me. Every thought that pulled me down couldn't take the steady center that I finally found. There's a stillness underneath it. There's a truth beyond the noise, and the peace I couldn't reach before was never mine to force. If peace is not dependent on the world I try to control, then I can rest within it even when I lose my hold. Maybe calm is not the absence of the chaos I perceive, but the presence of something deeper that continues underneath. There's a peace that stays even when I don't understand, not controlled by circumstance, but resting in your hands. It's not something I can create, it's not something I can chase. It's a quiet kind of presence, it's a gift of grace. Peace remains even now.
Wisdom never hurries in. It walks a quiet line through the spaces in between the chaos and the time. There's a rhythm in the waiting. I'm learning how to hear. Slow like wisdom, soft like grace. Life is not a race. In the waiting something grows, more than what I chose. I was rushing toward a future I could never fully see, but the present held a meaning that was shaping me. Slow like wisdom, soft like whiz. Slow like wisdom, soft like grace. If truth is always patient,
softly into me, not demanding my attention, not a voice that tries to prove, but a presence full of kindness that my restless heart can't lose. And I almost miss the moment when I'm running through my mind. Softly you call me, not in noise, not in fear, in the spaces in between. You are already here. I don't need to chase the meaning, I don't need to understand. There's a peace in just believing I am held within your hands. I was looking for a sign, something loud enough to trust, but the silence held a beauty that was more than just enough. Every breath became a reminder, every pause became a place where the voice I tried to measure was revealing hidden grace. Now I'm learning how to listen with a heart that's finally still. If you're found within the stillness, why do I run away? If your voice is always near me, why do I hesitate? Maybe all I ever needed was to slow my soul and see that the whisper I was chasing was already calling me. Softly you call me through the calm, through the night. Even when I don't feel it, you are holding me tight. I don't need to fear the silence, I don't need to fill the space. Every quiet moment carries a reflection of your grace. Softly, call me. I can't hear, I can't hear.
I was always reaching further, never feeling satisfied. Every goal I ever captured left another one behind. Like enough was always distant, like I had to earn my place. But the more I tried to chase it, the more I lost my pace. Then I felt it in the stillness, a different kind of flow. There's a rhythm of enough, I don't have to chase. I can rest inside the moment, I can breathe inside this space. I don't need to prove my value, I don't need to earn my place. There's a quiet kind of freedom in accepting simple grace. Every step I thought was lacking was already part of me. Every moment incomplete was enough for me to be. There's a fullness in the present, not in everything I gain. And the peace I tried to find was already in my name. Ooh, there's a rhythm of enough, I don't have to chase. I can rest inside the moment, I can breathe inside this space. I don't need to prove my value, I don't need to earn my place. There's a quiet kind of freedom in accepting simple grace. Was already inside me. Nothing more. I am enough. I am enough. Nothing more. I can feel a change within me, but I cannot give it form. Like a sculptor in the silence, shaping something being born. There's a tension in the process, there's a beauty I can't name. I'm not who I was yesterday, but not yet who I'll become again. In between the now and next, something sacred is at work. This is the shape of becoming, not complete but still alive. Every moment is forming who I am inside. Even when I cannot see it, even when I don't understand, there is purpose in the process, there is meaning in his hands. Ooh. I was trying to rush the ending, skip the middle, skip the pain, but the process has a purpose, even in the waiting strain. Every layer that is breaking makes space for something new. I am being reassembled into something more than true. If creation takes its time, why do I demand it fast? If the artist sees the outcome, why am I stuck in the past? Maybe growth is not a moment, but 1,000 unseen moves. And the one who started shaping is the one who will complete. Still becoming, still in your hands.
There's a space between my thoughts, where the noise begins to fade. Not in constant overthinking, but in stillness gently made. I was trying to solve everything with a restless, crowded mind, but the answers came space between the thinking. There's a truth I couldn't hear. When I quiet all the questions, something deeper becomes clear. I don't need to force the meaning, I don't need to understand. There is wisdom in the silence, there is peace beyond my plans. Every thought I held too tightly only led me further out. But releasing every answer made a pathway through the doubt. There's a voice beneath the surface, not competing with the noise. It's a steady kind of presence that invites a different choice. If I'm always chasing answers, will I ever truly know? Or is truth a quiet current that I only feel when slow? Maybe meaning isn't spoken, maybe it's already there. In the space I keep avoiding, in the stillness I don't dare. Quiet now, it's enough. Quiet now, it's enough.
I can't see where this is going. Every step feels undefined, like I'm walking through a shadow with no map to guide my mind. I keep looking for direction, but the road won't show its end. Still I feel a quiet presence telling me to trust again. Not every path is visible, not every step is clear. When the path is hidden and I don't know where it leads, I will keep on walking, even through the unseen. I don't need the full horizon, just the courage for this stride. If I'm walking with a purpose, then I'm walking in the light. Every turn I didn't choose still became a part of me. Every moment full of doubt still revealed what I can't see. There's a guidance in the silence, there's a truth beyond my fear. Even when I don't perceive it, something steady's always near. When the path is hidden and I don't know where it leads, I will keep on walking, even through the unseen. I don't need the full horizon, just the courage for this stride. was always looking forward, thinking something else would start. Like the life I was created for was somewhere far apart. Every step felt like a question, every moment incomplete. Like I hadn't reached the place where my purpose and I meet. But the stillness gently told me I was closer than I knew. I am where I'm meant to be, even now, even here. Not behind, not too late, not defined by fear. Every step that brought me here was never out of place. I am living in the answer I was trying to chase. All the roads I thought were wasted, all the turns I didn't choose, now are part of something deeper, not a story I could lose. There's a meaning in the present, not just somewhere far ahead. And the life I kept pursuing was the one I've always lived. If I stop projecting forward, if I stop looking behind, will I finally see the purpose that was always intertwined? Maybe nothing is missing, maybe nothing went wrong. Maybe I was always living in the place I belong. Already here, already enough, already here.
You were there, I was searching in the distance for a place I couldn't name. Every road felt like a question, every step a quiet strain. I kept looking for a moment where my heart would finally rest, but the peace I tried to reach was already in my chest. I was moving through the noise while you were calling me inside. You were there all along, closer than I thought. In every breath I'm breathing, in every lesson taught. I don't have to keep on running, I don't have to prove I'm strong. Everything I thought was missing was with me all along. Certain all the days I felt alone. Now I see a quiet presence was guiding me back home. Every doubt that tried to shake me, every fear that made me fall, was a doorway to a truth that you were in it all. Now I'm learning how to see what was always next to me. If I slow my heart enough, I can feel it in the air. There's a grace I never noticed, but it's always been there. I was reaching for the future while you held me in the now. And the love I kept on chasing was the love I'm feeling now. You were there all along, in the calm, in the storm. Even when I felt so lost, I was never
drawing out my future, trying hard to make it clear. Every step was calculated, every outcome full of fear. But the path I never planned is the one that led me here. And the place I tried avoiding now is suddenly so near. Maybe letting go of control was the door I couldn't see. I found a place I didn't plan, a life I didn't design. But everything I needed was already in that line. When I stopped trying to force it, something shifted deep within. What I thought I was losing was where it would begin. Turns I called mistakes, now a part of something whole. Every moment I resisted was still shaping who I'd grow. There's a pattern in the chaos, there's a meaning in the fall. Even things I never wanted still were working through it all. Maybe letting go of control was the door I couldn't see. I didn't plan, a life I didn't design. But everything I needed was already in that line. When I stopped trying to force it, something shifted deep within. What I thought I was losing was where it would begin. If purpose isn't something that I build with my own hands, maybe it's the quiet unfolding of a much bigger plan. What if every wrong direction was still leading me through? Not away from where I'm going, but closer back to you. Didn't plan it, but I'm here. Didn't plan it, but I'm here. Didn't plan it, but I'm here to hit it, didn't plan it. Ooh, but I'm here.
Nothing's moving, nothing's changing. At least that's how it feels. Every door I tried to open never showed me what was real. I was measuring the silence like it meant I was alone. But maybe quiet seasons are where deeper roots are grown. In the stillness I resisted. Something steady carried me. I was held in the quiet, even when I couldn't see. Every moment felt so empty, but it was shaping me. When nothing else was moving, something deeper learned to grow. I was carried by the silence more than I could ever know. I was searching for a signal, something loud enough to trust. But the absence of the noise was rebuilding what was lost. Every unanswered question wasn't left without a place. It was forming something patient, it was teaching me to wait. What if not?
I kept waiting for a reason, something I could clearly see, some kind of confirmation that would bring me certainty. But the path was always hidden, and the answers never stayed. Like I had to learn to follow without needing to explain. There's a deeper kind of knowing that goes beyond my sight. Faith without seeing, trust without proof, walking through mystery still leads me to you. I don't need the full picture, I don't need every sign. If the path is unfolding, one step at a time. That tried to stop me, every fear that made me wait, now is part of something bigger, now is shaping how I walk in faith. There's a strength inside the not knowing, there's a peace beyond control. And the more I release the outcome, the more I feel it in my soul. Faith without seeing, trust without proof, still leads me to you. I don't need the full picture, I don't need every sign. If the path is unfolding, one step at a time. If I knew every detail, would I trust you the same? Or would certainty replace the beauty of your name? Maybe faith is not in seeing, but in choosing to believe that the one who holds the ending is the one who walks with me. I was trying to deserve it, every step to prove my place, measuring my worth in effort, trying hard to earn your grace. But the more I tried to reach it, the more distant it became, like a gift I couldn't purchase, like a fire without a flame. Then I heard it in the quiet, I was loved before I tried. Without earning, freely placed in me, not because I reached it, but because you see every part of who I am, every hidden space. I was never meant to carry the burden of your grace. All the weight I held inside me was never mine to hold. Every fear of not being enough was a story I was told. There's a freedom in surrender, there's a rest I never knew, when I stopped trying to deserve it and simply trusted you. Given without earning, Not because I reached it, but because you see every part of who I am, every hidden space. I was never meant to carry the burden of your grace. If love was always given, why did I resist? If grace was never distant, why did I insist? Maybe all the striving was a door I couldn't see, and letting go of earning was what finally set me free. Freely given, always was really given. I'm not where I was before, but not yet where I will be. Standing in the in-between, where nothing feels complete to me. There's a tension in the waiting, like a question without end. But maybe in the middle is where I begin again. Not unfinished, just becoming. Not delayed, just being formed. Held in the in-between, where I cannot see the end. Every moment incomplete, still is shaping who I am. I don't need the final answer, I don't need to understand. If I'm held within a process, then I'm held within your hands. Every step without direction still is leading me somewhere. Even when I feel uncertain, there's a presence always there. There's a purpose in the waiting, there's a meaning I can't name. And the space I used to fear now is slowly being changed. If becoming takes a lifetime, why do I demand it now? If the story's still unfolding, why am I afraid somehow? Maybe waiting isn't empty, maybe it's the sacred ground.